Hey everybody, this is Tank and Trucker. How you guys doing? Well, I hope you guys are having a better 5X weekend than me, because I just can't seem to get on a team that can win. I uh, I think most of the teams I've had today, like 7 matches in a row at one point in time, I think they didn't realize that if they press their left mouse button, it actually fires their tank. I don't know if they thought they were supposed to ram into the other tanks like bumper cars or something, but I mean, it's just been frickin' just miserably pitiful. Um, I mean, when you're seeing tier 9 and 10 tanks consistently match after match after match do 0 damage or one shot of damage or 10 shots and 0 hits, it's just like, oh my god, it just makes you just want to put the game up for the day and watch a frickin' movie, which I actually did. I just couldn't friggin' take it. Anyway, so I thought I'm going to go ahead and do a review. That way I can get a break from playing the game with all the, oh, jeez, I don't even want to be mean, but I say mentally incompetent people that don't know how to play the game, that decided that they're going to be a pro player on World of Tanks and just not have a clue. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't like knocking people like that, but holy crap, it's just miserable. I mean, miserable match after match, and I just don't know how you can possibly be on the frickin' losing team 7 or 8 matches in a row. A buddy of mine and I, we platooned up, and out of the 7 or 8 matches that we lost in a row, him and I were consistently getting 4,000 and 5,000 damage apiece, getting the kills. No one else got any kills. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. So I just figured I'd make a video. So I'm going to do a review on this beautiful little Tier 6 SU-100 tank destroyer. Yeah, so what do you get with this bad boy? You get 580 hit points. Pretty standard for a tank destroyer at Tier 6. The nice thing about this is the hull armor is 75, but it's got a nice slope. And it's got a big gun mantle. So if you hit the gun mantle, more than likely it's going to bounce. Or just not pen, or I don't know if that's considered really spaced armor. I would imagine it is, but yeah, it's pretty nice TD. So 580 hit points, 75 frontal armor, 45 in the sides, and 45 in the back. I actually bounced some in the back before on this. It's a pretty good slope. Not a lot of armor, but if tier 4 hits you in the back, a lot of times they'll just bounce. Alright, so let's go over the gun now. You get a Tier 7 gun. Rate of fire is 4.69 rounds a minute. You get 175 standard AP round, 217 for your premium APCR round, 61 for your HE round for penetration, 390 average damage, and 530 for your HE round. Average damage per minute is 1828, and your dispersion is 0.43. So not very accurate, and your aim time is 2.9 seconds. So, yeah, you definitely want to try and work on your aim. Anything that you can do to make your load time better and your aim time, better. Oh, excuse me. Oh. I was up late last night partying for New Year's. Not really. Nope, I actually was in my truck just playing tanks all night. Yeehaw, what a boring life. So anyways, my rate of fire is a little bit better at 5.43, which is an 11-second load time. Your gun traverse is 45.89. Your traverse speed for the tank itself is 37.55, so it's not going to spin on a dime, but it's alright. I mean, you can easily get circled by a scout or a medium tank. So you got to try and keep your distance so that if you need to start turning, it gives you that extra time to turn. My dispersion is 0.41. Basically, my crew is working on their first cruise skill. A lot of my lower tier tanks, the crews are basically like this. I've got one crew skill working on because I don't play low tiers very much at all. Oh, where are we at here? So, average damage is 2,119. Engine power is 520 horsepower. Specific power to weight is 15.77, which is pretty good. Top speed is 50 in forward and 14 in reverse. Over the reverse. Concealment is 26.1, sitting still, so it's got pretty good camo rating. View range, 350, not too hot. But that's kind of standard, I believe, for, Tier 5 and Tier 6 tank destroyers. And your signal range is 525. So, this, if you're top tier, you can do some pretty good damage. The gun is basically the same gun that kind of goes on the IS-6 for your penetration and stuff. I think the only difference really is it's got a different. This is a 122 millimeter D25S, whereas I think on the IS-6 it's like the D25T. But pretty much the same gun, same damage, same pen, everything. It's a pretty decent tank destroyer. It's nice because at a tier 6, when you hit somebody and you're ripping off almost 400 of their hit points, if it's a tier 4 tank, you're pretty much going to almost one-shot them. Tier 5s, same thing. You'll take almost all their health off in one shot. So, yeah, it's a nice tank destroyer and got pretty good angle on the front. So there's a good chance that you can bounce some of the rounds, unless they're shooting premium, which then, yeah, well, you know how that goes. If you want to hold on for a second, I have a replay for you, so I'll be right back. Alright, so we got a match on Live Oaks. It's actually a pretty decent map for tank destroyers. I think,
Your assistance has been requested. Platoon joined.
I don't remember joining the... Anyways, I think the other side is actually a little bit better for your tank destroyers, and this side is actually a little bit better for your mediums, because your mediums has a dip they can go into over by the train tracks. And then the other side is better for tank destroyers because they can set back by that building that's... there's the building, let's see, where would that be? Right here. And they can set right on the other side of these tracks right here and just shoot right across here at the mediums that try coming up. And the mediums on our side set in this little dip right here, and they are able to shoot that way towards the enemy. Normally on this map, when I'm in a tank destroyer, I head down right where the mediums are going, but I saw that, yeah, that's what I was saying, that T-34 took off 3/4 of his hit points in one shot, so kind of a short-lived match for him. But I saw that they were trying to move up kind of quick, so I thought, well, I'm going to take up a position where I can get shots at him trying to cross. Yeah, he goes on the left side of the house, he's visible, on the right side, invisible. Spooky. But I like this tank destroyer. It's actually pretty darn good. I do shoot a lot of premium rounds out of this because the standard round kind of sucks, but with this, in this match, a lot of that's why I only carry 5 standard rounds. Yeah, because if you get a tier 8 match in this, you're going to need the premium rounds, because the standard rounds, just, you'll have a lot of trouble penning stuff. Like I hit this AT2 in the commander's hatch, that big old commander's hatch there, and boink, bounced. So I start loading a premium round, and I take another shot at him here in a minute, but it just dunks into the dirt. He's on a good angle, so you think he's actually up higher than he is. Yeah, see, I actually hit the dirt right there. If you get in the right position with this tank destroyer too, the nice thing is it does have an 11-second load time, which kind of sucks. But if you can stay hidden and you're in the right spot, and the team comes to you like one at a time, they'll just feed you, their hit points pretty good. At this point, I noticed that our city pretty much was getting overrun. We got a light tank there and a bunch of heavies and mediums in the city, and we had an OI, Crown B, and that STRV 4257 over there. So I thought, I'm going to fall back, try and get into a bush area here where I can get some shots as they light them up coming across. The only problem is, and I think I forgot to go over it, the gun depression on this is not the best. Don't quote me, but I think it's only about 4, maybe 5 degrees of gun depression. So I wasn't able to be on the other side of the tracks, but from this distance, you know, I'm able to get shots off at them, and the heavies don't have the view range to be able to even spot me. And with what I had in front of me, I figured these bushes, you know, were hopefully enough cover for me. And it seemed to work. I shot at the STRV, the KV-2 was not lit, and I hit the KV-2 and bounced. Unfortunately, I did forget to switch it back to standard rounds, so... Yeah, at KV-1, I hit him one time and shaved off 3/4 of his health right there. I left him with 272. But he doesn't even know I'm, you know, shooting. He doesn't know where I'm at. And I missed that one. I think at that point I might have been spotted. As he stops, and he does take a shot, and he misses. Which... So I was able to knock him out, and you heard it. He actually hit me and bounced. So I've got 1,446 damage so far. 1 kill. The enemy team's pretty much all but dead. The nice thing is when you get a good team, which I think that's a lot of the problems with why I haven't been doing too well today, is a lot of the teams I've been getting, they all YOLO one way on the map. And then you got one flank completely wide open. You'll get 1 or 2 people that try and go over there to hold it, and it just doesn't happen. I figured they had 1 tank left, and I wanted to try and get a little more damage. So I'm going to pull right out here. I'm going to set here, aim in, make sure I get this kill. And I was able to get it. So, took a couple shots of damage. Let me see. Yeah, I can't really tell. It looks like it must be right here's where he penned. That's why I really like having my paintball mod, because you can see exactly where they hit you. Pen you and don't pen and bounce and stuff, but on this, you're kind of guessing, but it looks like right there. So, ended up doing 1,593 damage. Excuse me, blocked 160. And then you can see it does 390 is the average damage, so... well, the STRV only had 147 hit points left, but like hit the KV-1 for 368, KV-2 for 345, SU-100Y for 351, T-34 for 382. So, I mean, I was hitting pretty much under par on every shot. 390 average damage, and I'm hitting for 345, 350, 360. But, I mean, still, with a gun that can do 390 alpha in one shot on tier, you know, 6 tanks and, you know, tier 5 tanks and tier 4 tanks, you can tear them up like you saw pretty quick. I mean, that KV-1, you know, that poor guy pulled out 1 shot and he had like, I don't know, was it 38 hit points left? So, yeah, this is a pretty good tank destroyer. It's got a heck of a boomstick on it, and it's decent maneuverability. So, get your hands on it. Yeah, I definitely would. You know, it's definitely not a frontline tank destroyer. If you do that, you're going to get tore up pretty quick because you don't have a lot of hit points, and 90 degrees of, or I think it was 70, was it 75 or 90? Anyways, the frontal armor, I want to say it was 90. I can't remember now. Anyway, between 75 and 95, I'll say. It's still not a lot of armor, even with that pretty good slope. I mean, I was able to bounce 1 round, but if you get somebody slinging gold rounds or a more high-penetrating round, it's going to go right through you. And they'll chew up, you know, 580 hit points pretty quick. Like that STRV hit me twice, and I was down to 252 hit points. So, yeah, that can make your hit points disappear awful quick. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. We're up to 45 subscribers. So, need about 55 more, and I'll go ahead and do the drawing for the tank giveaway and the premium time and the 2 million credits and 2,000 gold. So, hopefully we can get that here in the next couple weeks, and we'll go ahead and get that drawing. I'll probably do another, I'm thinking of doing another lower tier tank review because a lot of the lower tanks I've never done reviews on because I don't really play them a lot. So it's kind of a good experience for me to hop in one of the lower tiers and go back out and take it out and see how it does, and well, see how I do too, because it's been quite a few years since I've actually played anything that's tier 5 and 6 and 4s, and God, I can't remember the last time I played a tier 1 or even a tier 2. So yeah, it's a good experience for me to do that again, kind of remember your basics, because you don't have the thick armor and you don't have a lot of times the big alpha hitting guns. So it's pretty cool though. So I might do another low tier review on the next one. But anyways, this is Tank and Trucker, and you guys, I hope had a happy new year, and you guys are all safe, sound, and back in the world of tanks land. And you guys be safe, take it easy, and I will see you on the battlefield.